I'm back working on my 2007 PT Cruiser. I'm going to be showing you how to change this front window switch out of the dash bezel, and it would also apply, I guess, if you were taking out the radio or some of the other components or replacing the dash bezel itself. Okay, so to get this, we're going to be replacing this switch. The first thing that we have to do is rotate our vents around. And you can see that when you turn this around, it turns this where you can see this Phillips screw down in here. So we just did the same thing over here on this side to line that up, because if it's not, then turn it like that. Any other way you can't see or get to that screw. So we turn it just like that, and then we get in here with our Phillips screwdriver. And we'll just go ahead and remove. This is the first thing you want to do. Get both of these screws out. We're going to get this one out, and then we'll get over here and we'll take that one out on that side. Another thing, if you don't have a magnetic Phillips screwdriver, you'll want to get you a magnet to fish those out of there. It'll just make things a little bit easier. Okay, now that we have both of those screws out, we make sure that both of those screws are out of there. We're going to go ahead and just get up here on the side or the top, and we're going to pull real firmly back on this. It's just going to be clipped in here, but we got to really pull. You see we got this side. We're going to just go ahead and pop it loose. And then you'll come down here and just kind of work it out. Just be careful, you know. Alright, now at this point we can get back here to our switch. We're going to go ahead and just unplug this clock just to get this wire out of the way and give us a little more room. You just squeeze up. There's a tab right underneath here that I can't show you, but you push right in the center of this tab, and then you'll give it a pull. And I'm going to have to set the camera down because it's being stubborn. Okay, so there's that connector. Like I say, you just got to push down, and really you should hear it click when you push it hard enough. It was just being stubborn. But we got that. Now we're going to get down here on our connector. Now it's got a safety lock here that you got to push back. See that red safety lock? You have to pull up on that and pop that back. Now once that's back, you can push down right here where the finger's at, and then wiggle this off. So there's the safety lock. So if it's pushed in like that, you got to push that back like that, and then push down right here with your thumb, and then that will release that. So now that we're in here, we don't need to remove anything else to get to this switch. Now, if we were going to be replacing this bezel, say, what we would do at this point, once we got these loose, we would take a Phillips screwdriver. We'd come down here and remove these two screws, these two screws, these for the climate control, and these two over here. And a little stubby one works the best, but you can work this around and remove these screws very easily with a little stubby Phillips screwdriver just by moving it around. And then that will take these and these loose from this whole panel. So then you could actually replace this, you know. And then as far as your clock goes, you got a Torx. I don't know the size, it's a small one there on each side that you take out. So you would get, if you got another one of these bezels, you would just take all your stuff off of this piece and put it onto the other one, you know, if it was cracked, broken, or whatever. Now I've got another one right here. This is actually out of a turbo modeled PT Cruiser, and that's why it looks the way that it does, that it's different from the others. But I'm going to just show you on this one, because we're going to get this switch out here. It'll be easier to show you on this one how to remove it. But basically we've got to get a little thin, let's see if it'll focus for me. We got to get a thin screwdriver right here and barely pull out. You don't want to break this. We're going to pull in those spots. Now, these spots are on both sides, so we have these two here and here. You can see we have to like pry right there just lightly to pop it up, and you do that on both sides. And I just kind of work one side and work the other, but see on the other side here we have the same thing here, if you can see those, but they're on both sides. And we're going to use a little thin, either a putty knife or like a little thin screwdriver, or maybe even a knife to do this with. Okay, I was incorrect. I was looking at the wrong thing earlier, but it's the same principle, except the catches are actually on the side where the vents are, here and here. I was looking at this part, so it actually separates this. It's these over here. It's been a bit since I've done this, but it's the same principle. There's two snaps or catches on each side, and basically you could get two screwdrivers, but you have to be careful because you have to just pry a little bit and get one side started up and then finish getting the other, because it is a snug fit, and you can see those. So we have to just get in here and wiggle that down into place, and then we kind of just work. What I do is just work one side up at a time. It seems to work the best. So we'll go ahead and wiggle on that. Okay, and you have to be delicate. You can see how I got this side started. It's out of its little notches there, but this one over here is still latched into place. Now these kind of line it up. So I'm going to make sure, I'm going to hold this side, make sure it doesn't slip back down. I'm going to get over here and just kind of do the same one. Get in the middle and just kind of wiggle at each of these places till I can get those to pop up, and then we'll be able to pull it just straight up and out of there, just carefully. Okay, and you can see once you get this one side, this one seems to come pretty easy. And it just popped right up and off there. So now it's completely loose. Just remember which way that it sets in there. And so we've got it completely out of here now, and we can go ahead and swap this one, but we're just going to pop it in to the other one essentially the same way. You know, getting it out is the hardest part, is getting the bad one out, but as far as putting it back in, it's very easy. So all we have to do is just slide it right back down on here. You got those nubs right there, and just give it a push down. And as long as you don't break anything, it'll pop right back into place there. So we'll go ahead and get this one. So I'm going to do exactly that. I'm just going to push it in, take the one out, and push it into the other one, and we'll work on getting this back into the car. Okay, so we got our new switch in. We're getting ready to put all this back up. It's very simple. And in case you get confused, this sticker on top of this switch, when you put the new switch in, should be pointing up. It should be pointing upwards towards this part to the top. So make sure the sticker's pointed up that way, and to make sure you got it oriented right, you know, for your connector. Another thing I'll show you with the radio, you just got these little torque screws holding it in. That's all you need to take out, those four that are holding it on here, and then you can pop this radio out of here. And those may look like T20s. I believe they're T20s, what they look like, those black ones. But you got four of those and you can pop that radio out. It's very simple. So I'm just getting ready to connect my connectors back here, and then we'll work on getting this back into place. Make sure that you lock your safety lock back down. Make sure to push that back down. And we're going to go ahead and just push this back into place, this connector. And then we've got all of our alignment pins and these little snaps that line up into these spots, and the ones up top, make sure they line up there. And then if they're not broken, they should push right back into place, no problem. But you'll need to look from the side and just make sure that you're getting things lined up properly. And once you get that, give it a snap back on firmly. And it should all lock together nice and tight. And I guess, you know, as far as the Phillips screws, it's up to you. I have at times left them out if I knew I was going to be messing with this again. I guess it's just an added security to make sure this doesn't come off here. But these snaps, I tell you, really hold this in place. But we're going to go ahead and replace the screws, both these sides here now. Okay, so we got our screws, Phillips screws, and lastly, you know, you want to make sure that your switch is working. Before you go to locking this in place, you want to make sure the switch is working, just so you're not having to take it back off. But this one's working fine. And that's going to conclude this video. So if you found it helpful, please give the video a like. As always, I invite you to subscribe, and I thank you for watching.